It's always interesting when the top teams like the Ohio States, Alabamas, Georgias. How do you bet them? Right? It's so hard. They got to go over their win total, almost undefeated for some of these teams. But I know you recently wrote about the Big Ten, some trends you're looking at. Ohio State. What's your advice for betting Ohio State this year? Everyone loves Ohio State. The team is loaded. The quarterback could win the Heisman. If you had to bet Ohio State trend wise, week to week, what are you looking at for this season?
For I'm like everyone else on the train. I'm on the Ohio State Buckeye train. I think this is an offense that has just so much firepower that could definitely take it all the way to the national title. Does that translate into I want to bet them on heavily juiced to take the season win total over? No. Does this mean I'm going to want to take them to cover the spreads every week? Probably not, because it's going to be double digit favorites. But there is one way that you can back them is by taking team total overs. If we're talking about a high power offense with a Heisman contender in for a quarterback, I mean, you're talking about the Buckeyes betting the overs for their total points just for the State team, not necessarily for over in the game. But they were first in points per game, third in passing yards, fourth in yards per pass attempt, and first in points per play. You have CJ Stroud, an absolute stud, as we know, a Heisman contender. There's absolutely no reason to believe that this offense is not going to continue to just be a huge firepower this season. They have gone 13-7-1 in the last 2 years, which is 65%. That's the fifth highest in the FBS. And that doesn't necessarily sound like, oh, that's like predictive of what's going to happen, but it's a trend that they're building towards because they finished 14-14 in over-unders in the 2 seasons prior. So it's kind of where, and we're seeing it happen where the defense for the Buckeyes, they're kind of falling by the wayside and they're kind of putting maybe for more emphasis into this offense. So I'm going to be looking at the Buckeyes to hit over on their team totals, which more than likely week after week will probably be in the low 30 range. Very doable to hit by the half.